It's We're All Fine. I'm Holly.
I'm Carly.
So excited to talk with you guys today. Carly and I have been talking a lot about, life, adulting, as we do. We've been discussing the idea of what little discoveries you make when you cohabitate with someone. And I have been married coming up on 20 years. I've been with my husband over 23, and we have cohabitated for all but like a year of that time or year and a half of that time.
Wow.
So that's living together for a long time. And it is amazing, even at this point, how I'm still learning stuff about him. He's still learning stuff about me. And we're still making accommodations for each other so that no actual homicide occurs in our house.
Yeah. Justin and I don't have that much time. We've been, just really bluntly, sleeping together for 5, together for 4, living together for 4. And definitely I don't think a week goes by without one of us having to either make an accommodation for each other or making a shift or building a new compromise or being annoyed by something. I think it's human nature. We're territorial
Sure.
creatures by nature. And so I want to share my space with this person, but I want them to share it the way I want them to.
And I want to clarify to our listeners too, this is not like a bash on men episode at all.
No.
This is about men and women. This is about our partners and us. Just in general, everybody messes up. Everybody's annoying. We're all annoying, everybody.
100%. My husband is a way better roommate than I am. 100%.
I'm curious then, Carly, what you have for it could be worse. When for a lot of people, they're like, I swear to God, if I hear them chewing anymore, like it could not possibly be worse. So what do you got for us today?
So I found somebody put out a thing to the social medias of tell me your most annoying roommate or spouse stories about living together. And a lot of them were relatable. A lot of them were hilarious. Some of them felt like I was being attacked. I think past significant others or roommates wrote a lot of things about me.
Feeling that, are you?
Yeah, I was like, ooh, oh, just kidding. But I found one that I think is just the epitome of it. This could be worse because this poor person basically had to pick up a full-time unpaid job of running around their neighborhood, cleaning up messes that their spouse was doing.
I'm sorry, messes in the neighborhood?
Hold it, just... I can't even imagine. The pictures in my head were perfect, though. So, this anonymous person, right? I had a boyfriend who would attempt, keyword, to leave scathing, rude, passive-aggressive notes to everyone in the neighborhood that that might do some slight bit of something wrong in their opinion. So the landlady, owners of cars, anyone was able to. The notes were underlined. They would use underlines. They would randomly capitalize words to show anger, like we talked about with our email episode.
Okay, I'm feeling a little attacked now. I swear to God, I have not left these notes for my neighbors, so this is not about me. I do it in an email. I don't do it in my neighborhood.
Emails are different, but how we capitalize things. So things would be capitalized, things would be just everything, scathing letters. And it could be something as simple as their car was maybe slightly too far or too close to the curb. Very, very simple things. And so the partner of this person had to go around all the time and would find these notes and would crumple them up because the boyfriend or partner would sign both of their names on the bottom of the note.
Oh, he did not.
Yes.
No, you don't do that. Like, I'll sign both of our names, like, on a Father's Day card or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you
Birthday
know,
card.
congrats on your wedding. But I wouldn't sign both of our names to somebody like I'm writing a note like, move your fucking car. Like, I can't do that for both of us.
Mhm.
That's all me, especially if it's underlined.
Like, I cannot imagine just going on a jog and seeing that your partner just went fucking nuts, writing notes like, "You're too close to my mailbox. Your cat shit in our yard. You're this, that," and just having to go through and collect all of these sticky notes with your name on it. So this lasted about a year.
That
Mhm.
they stayed in a relationship for a year,
I guess I spent
cohabitated for a year.
Yeah, I spent that year following them around and removing the notes as quickly and as quietly as possible. How like, this made me feel like, yeah, this could be way worse. My husband, I have never had to jog around our neighborhood putting out fires.
Yeah, you're right. That is a true, it could be worse because I honestly, when you said cleaning up their partner's messes, I just had this horrible vision of like their partner going and like defecating in neighbor's yard because it made me think, wasn't there like, it was in Colorado, but there was like a jogger that was just like
Yes.
defecating in front of people's houses and nobody could figure out who it was. And that's what I
Yes.
thought that this write-in was like. That was my partner who was going around jogging and dumping, and I had to go clean it up. I was like, whoa. So I mean, compared to what was in my
That's fair.
brain, sticky notes is not quite as bad.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad. There are levels.
Right. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, no matter what we say now, it's not nearly going to be as bad. So
No.
between those two things, yeah, we're
Yeah.
winning.
I'm good.
Totally winning.
Yeah, my husband, the worst he does is just, look out the window and yell about the damn kids that are driving too fast down the street. Like, I can handle that. I
What
can handle that.
is he like 100? What?
Yeah, no, he was born in 1834, is
That's
what
like the
we tell
most
people.
boomer thing I think I've ever heard.
Spend 10 minutes with him and you will be like, whoa, all right, you are a 35-year-old man that has a 97-year-old man like trapped inside
God.
of him all the time. All the time. Mad when neighbors' dogs are in our front yard too.
See, I think, you don't discover these things about your partner until you live together. And
100%.
I like this is why I know that there are a lot of religious beliefs that say no living together till you're married. And I could never. I could never because there's so
Nope.
many things that you learn about your partner when you're living together. And if I'm going to spend a lifetime with this person, like I need to know that, there's not something super freaky happening in the background. So, um,
Absolutely.
and I've only lived with two people
Oh,
my whole life, and
yeah.
both of them fairly normal. One of them that I lived with before my husband, he was an animal rights activist. And so the books on the back of his toilet were like, animal friendly substitutions for animal cruelty sayings. So, like, instead of like, there's more than one way to skin a cat, it's like, there's more than one way to shave a carrot or something like that.
Oh, that's cute
So,
though.
but it was definitely something to get used to. There's like little things like that. But I think moving with my husband, it started with the small things. And I think that's what you find when
Mm,
you start to cohabitate with someone is
mhm.
you start noticing just little stuff and you're like, it's not a big deal. Like one of you puts the roll of toilet paper on with the roll from the top and one of you does it from the bottom. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what? This is not a big deal. Like I can handle this. And then like you find maybe your shower schedules are exactly opposite. And which is, where I am right now. Where I'm like, it's so late and my husband's, using that moment to go take a shower and I'm first thing in the morning. And so, I mean, it's just little stuff. It's little stuff. But over the years it compounds. Then I'm gonna tell you one that drives my husband crazy about me first, because I don't want
Mm.
it to feel like an attack. I'm maybe like a little bit of a vampire when it comes to light. During the day when it's like super sunny, I just
Yeah.
need to have the curtains closed. Like, it's just too bright in the house. And
Yeah.
I need it dimmed a little bit.
Yeah.
My husband wants it super bright constantly, and I can't. But then
Mm.
at night, I want the lights on. Am I almost 44 and a little afraid of the dark? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. And so I will have a tendency to turn on every single light in the house. Whereas my husband wants like no light. Like he wants to do everything by the glow of his phone. And I'm like, sweetheart, we can't eat dinner with your Google Pixel lighting the table for us. Like we can't do that. I need some more light. And it drives him nuts. He's like, why are all the lights on? And I'm like, because there are possible monsters in the closet and under the beds, and they won't come out if
Yeah.
the lights are on. So
Well,
there.
and the more lights you have on, the more of a deterrent it is for people to break into your house. We've talked about this. It didn't help you guys, but luckily all you lost was drinks.
Well, to be fair, at that time, all the lights were off.
See?
So
See? No. That's what I tell my husband all the time. The lights have to be on because if the burglars think that we're up and about, they're not going to come in. Safety. I don't
safety.
I don't know if that's science, but
It is now.
it is mine. It is. Yeah, my husband and I struggle with I just forget to turn lights off. I don't know. I turn on a light in a room and then I leave that room. And then he goes through at nighttime and you can hear him like passive aggressively turning lights off. But not in a way that I've stopped the behavior. So I'm the monster in that one. I'll take.
And I think that's the thing is that there's not really like, I mean, jokes about, well, I'll train them. You don't. Nobody
Mm-mm.
gets trained in the situation. You just have to learn to live with these things.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, my poor husband, I I get into these little phases where I don't want to watch anything except for one show or one movie on repeat.
Yeah.
And so I cannot tell you how many months, literal months of our lives, my husband has just sat and rewatched every episode of Drag Race over and over again because that is what I want. That is what I need. And to fall asleep, I have to have the TV on because otherwise I wake up all the time to the smallest little sound. And so if I have the TV on, it kind of drowns things out. So I don't think my husband has had a good night's sleep in 5 years because he prefers a silent black room, like darked out. And I like the glow of the TV and the TV on.
Oh my God,
And
Justin is such a hero.
when I tell you he's such a better roommate than I am, such a better roommate. Like my biggest thing with if I did this too, I would think it was super annoying. But my husband, here's how I've reframed it in my mind with the help of therapy. My husband loves me so much that he knows that I worry about him. And he wants me to know that he has taken care of himself. So when he makes himself lunch, he will leave the plate on the table after he's done eating so that I know he ate. And if I'm worried about the ingredients that he used to make his food, all I have to do is look to my right on the counter because the mustard and the bread will be open and they're there. So I know that he has had a well rounded meal. And, I just, it's so
Carly, I
nice of
have
him.
never heard anything, so I don't even know. I mean, it's not what he does, it's how you look at it. I can't like, I've never heard anything justified so sweetly and incredibly wrong in my life. That is wow. Like
Oh,
that's I don't want to call it like gaslighting because it's not coming from him. So I guess
mm-mm.
more like if it's coming from you, it's more like delusional or optimistic.
Yeah, I just,
Wow.
yeah.
Just
Uh,
wow.
no, realistically, it drives me insane. But I can only say, "Hey guys, let's remember to put our plates away when we're done eating," so many times before I want to like flip our island in my kitchen. So I've just decided that, like, I've even said it to him. I'm like, "Oh, babe, thanks for letting me know you ate." So then that way we can like joke about it, because all of my pet peeve or all of my annoying things that I do, he deals with. So I deal with his, and then we just joke around about them. Like the other thing, the other thing my husband does, and I learned this slowly but surely, and now it's just a thing. So the same way, that he leaves his plate and ingredients out so that I know he took care of himself, he does the same thing for home repairs. So if so that I know he is taking care of our home. So if he goes to change a light bulb, he will take out the ladder. He'll take out all the tools, the light bulb in the box, and somehow he's always taking out the last light bulb because now it's an empty box. And
Yeah, right.
he'll get up on the ladder, he'll change the light, and then sometimes we'll put the light cover back on. Sometimes no. But then leaves the ladder exactly right there and the empty box and whatever tools he used so that I have the opportunity to know that this man worked very hard to change the light bulb.
That's
If he hangs a photo or a picture on the wall, he will leave the hammer and the nails out
and it's
underneath
all
it.
just to let you know.
Yeah,
That's
that has
wow.
to be it. That has to be why he does it, right?
Well, Chad does the exact same thing with laundry. Is
Mm.
we have kind of a deal because he hates laundry. I hate dishes. And so we try and separate it that way. So he will do the dishes and I try and keep up with laundry. The thing about it is that I don't do great at keeping up with the laundry. So inevitably it gets to a point where it's like, ugh, we need Jesus. So Chad finally is like, okay, I'm gonna do my laundry or whatever, the laundry. And instead of just taking the clean clothes back up to our room, not even like throwing them in a pile in our room or whatever, he takes them out to the living room to
Mm.
fold them or brings like a rack out so he can hang them, which is great. And he does, and he folds them and he hangs them and then leaves it all right there in the middle of the living room, along with like a pile of like unmatched socks and stuff like that. And then it becomes a game of chicken to see who's going to take it upstairs and put it away. And I mean, we have two children, like a preteen and a teen. Like they can also do this, but the whole family is so good at just we wait. It's a game of chicken. And I
Yeah.
waited. I was like, somebody's going to take those towels up to the linen closet. Like I know it's going to happen because it's taking up one of their favorite seats on the couch. Like they're going to do
Mm.
it.
Yeah.
That pile of towels stayed there for like a fucking week. And did you know what they did when it took up their seat?
They
The
just moved it.
kids just like they would sit on the floor, they would sit on the arm of the couch. It didn't matter. They were finding anything they could do to not sit there, and they certainly were going to take it up. And I was like, oh my God. Now, could I have taken it up? You bet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
Absolutely.
I didn't want to. I just
Yeah.
wanted to see who was going to do it. Because, if you're going to do the laundry,
You
finish
were
it.
you were doing science. You
Yeah,
were doing an experiment.
right.
You were
So
observing.
thank you. It's science. So yeah, and I think, that's probably the biggest one. I personally, I'll play chicken with the garbage. Like we
Mm-hmm.
see like how tall it can go before somebody takes it out. Sometimes too, I'll do that with toilet paper because yeah. And I have been petty enough to just bring in a roll with me, knowing that like none of them, like they took the last one, they didn't change it, and I'm going to see if somebody does it. So I'll just bring in a roll with me and then take it back out. Is, is that petty? You bet it is.
Yeah.
Is it ridiculous and unnecessary?
Mm.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Did it make me feel better? A little.
Then you know what? It was it was worth it. It didn't hurt anybody. Nobody got hurt. Nobody had irreparable damage. The relationships could survive. So if that's what you
Yeah,
needed to do to feel better for a minute, whatevs.
right.
Whatever.
See, and these are the things that, everyone learns about each other when they cohabitate. And my children don't know any better because they've always cohabitated with the two of us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But my husband and I still remember the days before living with each other. We were like, remember that? Remember when I had no one to blame for my shortcomings? Now I've got like 3 other people in this house that I can blame for my shit.
Right. Like all the time I'm like, ugh, my family, they're so messy. But like I am a nester. I'm a nester. When I sit on the couch, I'll have my coffee and my water bottle and my phone and maybe my iPad because I might do some work later, but probably not, but maybe I will. And I might need a hair tie later because what if my hair gets annoying? And I need lotion, but not just one type of lotion. I like variety. And so this is all just like right by the couch. And then I go to the dining room and I'm going to do my nails, right? So I have my whole thing of nails. But then I might need a blanket because what if my lap gets cold?
Oh my
And
God.
I build these nests all around my house. And I know what they are. And like while I'm like, guys, come on, why did you leave all of this garbage on all of my surfaces? I look around and I'm like, yeah, but that's a nest, and everything that's there serves a purpose.
Wow.
And it's something that I wish, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to stop it because I like having my little nests. I like having everything that I might need or may not need ever just right within arm's length reach all the time.
Well, you know how to
And
fix this problem, right?
no.
You need a Jeeves. You need someone in your home that would just is there at all times at your beck and call where you can be like, Jeeves, I'm done with all of this. Take it away. And then when you need it again, it's Jeeves, bring me my nesting materials. And then it just all shows up.
That is that is exactly what I need.
Yeah,
Um
Jeeves, I need a peanut butter sandwich.
Jeeves,
And
I would like a midnight quesadilla.
with all the accoutrements.
I would like a charcuterie board for breakfast. I'll take it in the garden. We don't have a garden, but
Why did you become British when you get a Jeeves and a garden?
because I just assume the only people in this world now that could actually afford that type of service within their home do not live within like 1,000-mile radius of me. Like,
It's fair.
there's
That's
no
fair.
way. There's no way. No, I've always told my mom, like, I love you and you're the greatest mom ever and you've given me so many tools, but I will never forgive you for not birthing me into old money. Like, it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. I was not built for a 50-hour work week. I
You know
am good
what?
at vacationing. I am good at lollygagging. I'm even really
Mm.
good at frolicking. And can't do that when you have to earn income, you know? So, yeah, it's their fault. It's my
You know
family.
what? You should write an angry letter. Just to your parents, to the universe. Just
Dear mom, how dare you? Like, I just hope maybe one day somebody's got an oil field we didn't know about. I often wonder or pretend like my husband is a millionaire and he's just pretending like he's not to make sure that I'm really in this for the right reasons. And then he'll
mm.
reward me with our actual reality here soon. I'm hoping 5th wedding anniversary is coming up, guys. Keep your fingers crossed so I can
That's
have a
really
Jeeves.
that's a super long test right there. Of just like, nope, we got to be together for 5 years. I got to see how she handles it.
He's a patient man.
Wow. And you know what's funny is that is not a unique fantasy because I swear that is the basis for like, I don't know, a good 80% of the romance novels out there.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I mean, it's the whole Beauty and the Beast concept of like, I know it doesn't look good now, but love me and it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so good. This was not a kidnapping.
But I also wonder, I mean, that can't be just like a woman thing. Like, there's got to be men that are like, you know what? I know that actually behind the sweats and stretchy pants, she's actually like a Playboy model.
Yeah.
And she's just making sure that I'm worthy of it.
Yeah. That I'm in this for
she
the right
reveals
reasons.
to me, yeah, that she's actually in, like, she's a swimsuit model. She's in Sports Illustrated, and she's just been hiding it.
You thought all those hairs on my chin were real. I just glued them on every day to make sure you liked me.
That's what I call ambitiously lazy, like just going a long way for a very small thing.
You know, slow and steady wins the race. No one ever said the prize. Like, no one talks about the prize. Just how you take the race. So go slow. Take your time. This is better.
Well, I guess now is as good a time as ever to talk about our affirmation for the week.
I'm ready for it.
Okay, ready? And it's not really about someone else. It's really about you, because our affirmation today is, I am good and getting better. I am good and getting better.
It almost sounds like an 80s pop song, and I really like it.
I could feel that. It's like right up there with Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades.
Yeah.
I am good and getting better.
Yeah. Like, get out of my dreams and into my car. Like,
is that the only 80s song you're really familiar with?
No, I'm just really stuck on it right now. I do the same thing. I do the same thing with music that I do with like movies. Like, I'm so stuck on it. That's terrible. I do know other 80s songs.
Somehow you take all material and tie it into a Billy Ocean song, and I just
the soundtrack really of my life.
Oh my god. Friends, you know, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow us so that you can stay up to date with all of our new episodes. And if you don't like us, stay up to date on all of our new episodes so you have something to make fun of during the week. I think that's always great.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it in previous episodes, but I have people who like to text me live while they're listening to it. I actually have a number of people that will text me live while they're listening to the show, and I love it. So if you are listening and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and DM them at We're All Fine Podcast on Instagram. Do it. DM us like while you're live listening. I think that's a lot of fun.
Oh, that would be super fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Do it, guys.
So, friends, we will see you next time. And remember, put away all your laundry this time.
Bye, guys.